Ooh, I'm now live. Hello and welcome to Gabagool, Nate. My name is Wes Dawson. I'd like to welcome you to episode, I guess 83, something like that. This will be Gabagool, Nate live-ish. Now, if you're lucky enough today, what are we, Saturday, February 5th, to be catching this on Instagram Live, well, I'd be counting your little golden ducats because you are a lucky son bitch, because here I am doing another live-ish type of episode. Actually, I have to keep track what time it is because I don't want to make it too long either. Last live episode was like 22 minutes long. People don't want to listen to 8 minutes, let alone 22. One thing you may notice is my hair is plenty greasy, but don't let that worry you. So are my bed sheets. Hello, Nad Little Monster. Don't know what that means, but I like the sound of it. I'll give you that. Here, I'll give you a wave even. I had this set up better this time. Last time I did a live, my phone was so far from me I couldn't read anything. Yeah. All right. Well, this week, I think after what happened last week, I think I'm going to do a more laid back, subdued episode. Tasman51, welcome. How you doing? That's it. I don't know if I'm supposed to call people out when they join. I will. Great Googly Moogly. What's up? I like that name too. I swear to the god Googly Moogly all the time, whether that's a real deity, I have no idea. Here we are. All right, well, we're going to jump in. I don't have much pre-planned for this week. Like I said, last week was a little heavy. Typically, Gabagool Nate's about 8 minutes long. It was 12 minutes of angry ranting. I miss you as well. I miss seeing crowds. I miss, conversing with anybody that doesn't turn into an angry, heated debate. So hopefully, I've been saying that for 2 years now. Hopefully things will be back to normal soon, but who knows? Things are as normal as they can be at Gabagool Podcast Central 1. I decorated the place, but then I realized you can't really see the decorations anyway, so it doesn't really make a difference. All right, so where to go? Where to go from here? I only have 8 minutes to kill, and then at least that's one episode in the bank, so I'm good to go after that. I'll just pretend the screen froze for a while. I realized, too, for live episodes, it's just terrible for anybody listening to the audio podcast. It'll be out on Wednesday, and it's real shit if you're only listening to it, because I interact with the video. I look at myself for 8 minutes and just gaze into my own eyes, and it makes for a piss-poor podcast. But, hey, if you watch it in conjunction with the video, this is prime entertainment value. My nose is real red, I noticed. I don't have COVID or anything like that. It's just hepatitis. It's just regular old hep. Adam Ace joined the crew. Here we go. Let me wave to him. I'll give you... Hey, get back here. I use my cell phone like I'm fucking 92 years old. My back feels that way too, so that's okay. All right, speaking of old, one subject I wanted to talk about, maybe Adam, I don't know if you have something to throw in there. Old people walking in the middle of the street. Hey, get some fresh air, get some exercise, let her rip. I have no issues with that. My issue is with if you're at a point in your life where you're not moving so good, your arthritis is kicking in and you can't really get out of the way, maybe don't walk in the middle of the road. I come over these blind hills and there's fucking old people in the middle of the street. Like if you're young and you can jump like a fucking grasshopper in early summer, go for it. Hey, that'd be fun to watch, but it's crazy. Old people with this confidence that they can get out of the way of moving vehicles. It ain't going to end well. And anytime if I have a choice to either collide with a human being or like a 2-ton truck coming in the opposite lane, I'm sending you flying over my hood every single time. Savage Man, there we go. All right. Like, if you're not following SVG1, I can't read it, but if you're not following Stefan's workout page, you're fucking up. You should be. It makes me feel inadequate every time I look at it. I was like, God damn, I got to start doing something with myself. I don't know what to move on to. I had a couple other subjects, but they're also kind of controversial, so I didn't want to do that. JSMT, that's right. If you need a good massage, you just need someone to talk to, or you have money that you just want to throw out, don't throw it out and give it to them. Great service, great work, great people. I'm going to put over anybody who pops up in my feed. I don't know why my nose is so red, honestly. Well, I tried to pierce it myself a couple days ago. It didn't. That's only in part 2, thank you very much. The nipples, no, I have like the equivalent of a chastity belt strapped across my nipples. Think about that and try and sleep tonight. Yeah, see, that's it. Certainly you do. And I was like, no, I feel shorty and shitty about it. I feel both. I'm 6 feet tall and I feel like a child when I look at these videos. No, but seriously, I'm trying to be healthy. People say, what do you do to get ready for your podcast? Well, I drink water. I don't drink coffee or any Red Bull shit like that. It's bad for you. So I drink purely not Red Bull. It's healthy for you. It's good for you. Makes you feel good inside. And it slowly burns the lining of my esophagus away. Hey, it beats Jack Daniels any day of the week. That's not true. Remember, kids, drink lots of whiskey. No, that's not true either. Yeah, I put a couple things here, but it's like, I just wrote like Joe Biden. He seems like he's maybe 30 years too old to be a president. Like, I don't think public speaking should be the number one prerequisite for a politician, but I think it's a part of it. Yeah, he's a funny man to watch. I quite enjoy that. People either shitting on him or people praising him. Either way, it's rather hilarious. Someone I know who's okay. No, that's a direct attack on someone. Anyone who knows me knows I like to shit on this person quite a bit. So maybe I won't include that in the podcast. Online arguments, comment threads. This comment thread is actually surprisingly positive. Usually, I get a lot of hate speech when I post things in there. West Dawson for president, and I don't hate myself that much. Would I want to be Prime Minister of Canada? Absolutely not. My God, especially not now. Holy shit. I think that's a lose-lose situation. I'm watching it unfold from my small rural town, knowing that there'll be no blockades here. There's nothing to blockade. But wow, what the fuck is going on in the world? I don't care what side you're on. I'm not arguing for one or the other. I'm just saying, what a fucking show. I feel I'm the human embodiment of that Michael Jackson meme where he's like eating popcorn and watching it from the Thriller video. Okay, real question. Jim Cornette or Vince Russo, whose team are you on? Jim Cornette, I rarely agree with what he says, but I just love, he's like Scott Steiner. Scott Steiner could talk complete madness, but he says it with such conviction and such roid-raged intensity. I loved his promos. Same thing for Jim Cornette. He may say some dumb things, but he says it so passionately, it's fun to watch. Vince Russo, hey, I was a WCW fan in the heyday, so the waters are already been sullied for Vince Russo. Yeah, I know one thing I was to say about comments online. Maybe the many of you in the live feed here, 3 of you all together, could agree or disagree, and I'd be happy to share your responses. I just find people, regardless of what you're arguing, a lot of people online, they just can't seem to argue their point well. Like whether they're for something, against something. Oh, gotta end the live now. John Can just showed up, and if he's not trying to sell me crypto, he's bullying me online. So everyone, get ready to do some canceling, okay? No, I find a lot of people like everyone's entitled to their opinion, but much like your butthole, don't take it out on the bus unless someone wants to see it. I just find like a lot of people, they just can't convey what they want to say very well. Like whatever the subject is. Ron Burgundy bobblehead, good, bad. I don't care what you feel, but some people just can't convey that. They can't articulate that well. And I'm like, fucking Coco, the gorilla that could speak American Sign Language, was able to communicate better than some people I see. And it's just, I'm like, you want a booster course? Hey, I was about to say John Cayenne, his name is ambiguously pronounced, and he is grade A, greatest person I've ever known. So if you disagree with that, that's all I got to say. Hey, where am I at? Okay, I'm killing time. Honestly, if you wonder why I did this, I just didn't have time to really prep a proper episode, and I didn't really feel like writing anything out. Like, honestly, for those of you who watched last week's episode, I'm talking to you, Mom, you'll know it was a little heavy, so I wanted to do something a bit lighter. Enough, Dawson, is your life better than any vaccine? What? This is just making me realize I don't have enough. Thank you. I feel that, too. That's why, honestly, my bedroom's all mirrors. That's not true. I don't make much money. It's all tinfoil, but there's a slight reflection to it. It's nice. Enough, Dawson, in your life is better than any vaccine. Right. That's right. I'm offering a free vaccine clinic for attractive young. I don't really care the gender. Attractive young. Those are my 2 prerequisites. And I will give you an injection. No problem. Wait, there's children in the chat. That's not right. I'm sorry. That was disgusting. I shouldn't have said that. I shouldn't even make a joke about that. That's not funny. The vaccine or the forced meat injections, both don't sound very, very good. I'm going to change subjects. So, not Red Bulls. They're good for you. They taste good. A couple jabs. Boom, boom. I'm I was going to make a horrible boxing pun. Decided not to. It's not a jab. It's like it's kind of like trying to shove rope into like a fucking Tic Tac container or something. It's not pretty. I bought a 3D printer. I'm slowly printing myself a better podcast. It's going to be wonderful. It's going to be great. No, but seriously, I am printing a human being. I'm printing a girlfriend. Her name is, I don't know where I was going to go with that. I kind of ruined that joke. Shouldn't have even said it. I've been begging people to do a podcast with me, mainly because I don't want to edit them, and this way I can just dump it on them. I was supposed to do a podcast with my son. Treacherous piece of shit. He just bailed on me, and now he's busy. Oh, I got a girlfriend. I'm studying to be an engineer. Ooh, I'm doing things with my life. I really can't judge him for that. That's a good job. Here, wait. How do I do? Like, hold on. I was going to invite someone into the live stream, but as I said, anybody listening to this podcast, they're like, dude, you have an inexplicable talent from turning dog shit into an audio file. Like I have this ability to take what could have been a fun experience into people like, why am I listening to this? Why does he pay to post this? And honestly, who takes their time to do this? Actually, people, I thought I was wasting my time spending my Saturdays building ghost-busting cosplay equipment. And then last week I went to Canadian Tire and there was some guy with a fuck Trudeau flag in his truck. The only car in the entire parking lot. Hey, I agree with the sentiment. I'm not a big fan of Trudeau either, but I have better things to do on my Saturday. I really was surprised, and I'm like, I got 2 days off a week. I'm not driving around with a flag on my truck. I know. I've been telling my son, look, you tell about the abuse that I endure, that I forced you to endure, all kinds of things. Yeah, that kid, he's lost cause. Simple as that. Any subjects people want to hear my take on? I have nothing else to talk about right now. Honestly, I wrote down, what's my other note? Here, I'll write down my note because I think convoy. All right, here's the thing. Here's the thing with convoys is I think they help cut drag. They help produce wind resistance, at least for the trucks behind them. It's almost like a draft. And, are we talking specifically convoys or like the convoy? Because the convoy, I don't want to really talk about that, but actual convoys, I just like getting behind them and feeling like I'm a NASCAR driver and trying to cut the wind under my car, but it doesn't work. I drive a Toyota Corolla, otherwise known as the 2019 fucking pussy destroyer. How do you look like Sammy? Okay. I think my beard needs to get a bit bigger. There's enough red in my beard that it's wondering who my father was. My father had like jet black hair, yet my uncle had some nice red hair. So, mama, hey, I wrote this down. Second Amendment shit in the States. Like, here's what I don't get. Okay, we're going to get real here. How come, like, if a kid shoots up a school, that's just a sad side effect of freedom. Okay, that's our Second Amendment right. But then there's people in like a McDonald's destroying the place, tearing everything down because their fucking McNuggets were cold or whatever. Like going ape shit in public. Why isn't somebody shooting them? Like, don't kill them, but shoot them in the fucking leg or something. Like, I don't understand. There's like adults berating teenage servers who like barely even want to be there in the first place. I'm like, shoot them. Like, that should be the example of Second Amendment right. I find it strange that like the times it's defended is like, I don't know about that. Those were children. Oh, Joe Rogan. Honestly, I used to really like Joe Rogan. Here's a controversial statement. This was supposed to be a non-controversial episode. I used to like Joe Rogan because he was always had his kind of opinions on things, but he always brought people from both sides of the debate, and he would listen to crazies on the left, crazies on the right, and kind of poke fun at both and kind of watch them just rant. And I just find he's been leaning more and more one way. I won't say which or the other. The misinformation thing, I think also there's accountability on the people listening. Like if Joe Rogan was like, dinosaurs are back and they're taking over the earth. It's like people who go and hedge all their money into crypto because like some YouTuber was like, buy this crypto, and then he sells all his shares and you get fucked. And I'm like, well, if your basis for investing is because some idiot in his bedroom was like, buy these cryptos, you kind of deserve it. And the same thing, if you listen to any podcast, mine included, and you take everything verbatim as truth, I think everyone should be accountable for their own shit and leave Joe Rogan alone. Because he's got a lot of quality episodes that I truly did enjoy, and I keep kicking my camera. Actually, I take it all back. Joe Rogan on News Radio, that was fucking great. NFTs, no fucking thank you. That's what they stand for. Like, I understand everyone's like, it's a new technology. I don't understand it because it's not even nice art. Like, if it was like beautiful art, if it looked like an oil painting of this right here, where is it? An oil painting of that right there. Goddamn Patrick in a Captain America suit, or Caden rather. I gladly would maybe pay for that. I wouldn't pay for like a clip art of a monkey. I don't quite understand that. Yeah, it's weird. It's weird. I'm gonna start making my own. You know what? Here's an idea I wrote down this morning that was actually for another episode. It's for my ghost hunting series, rather. Not Ghostbusters is a fictional show. My ghost hunting series is 100% rooted in truth. I go to the most haunted places within walking distance when it's not too cold out, and I do thorough investigations. Russia, the Ukraine, fucking risk. Russia's a good pick because you got access to both sides of the map, but Ukraine, I find there's too many borders to defend. I wouldn't get it. I would just move my troops through into Russia. Or talking about, okay, I thought you meant like in a game of Risk. In real life, crush them with an iron fist. Go get him, Vlad. No, what's his name? Putin. Vladimir Putin. Yeah, go get him, Vlad. The metaverse. I saw an article, somebody got like gang raped in the metaverse, and I was like, how does that even happen? I'm like, I remember in like Yahoo chats, you could like go forward and backwards on people and annoy them as though you're humping them. But I saw that article and I'm like, are you telling me that whoever programmed like the animations for the characters in the metaverse programmed them to be able to like strip people naked, hold them down, and like and wrap them? I find that very strange. I was like, okay, if they've programmed that into it, then hey, you know, let it rip. It's free game. But I'm very, very suspicious that would be a programmed function in it. No, but here's just advice for ghosts. If you guys, like, if you see an apparition floating around or something moving spoons in your kitchen, who gives a shit? Don't worry about that. I'm talking to somebody who runs into, like, a real demonic force, a real, like, you're dying. What are you going to do kind of thing? My suggestion, look, this demon, this ghost, this monster was a human or was, like, a sentient, rational being at some point in their existence. So I would just drop my pants, like, you're going to die anyway, take a shit on the floor and start thumbing around saying, this is some good chili. Like, I'm sure that demon would be like, yo, what the fuck? Like, I'll wait for the next dumb bastard to come in this haunted house. Like, that or just start fucking tearing one out. Like, show them the knuckle children. I have a feeling even ghosts would be weirded out by that, and they'd be patient enough to wait for the next person. I did once, and it broke someone's leg. What are you talking about? Gang raping someone in the metaverse? Or taking a shit in front of a ghost and playing in it? Adam, you better clear this up because this is some controversial stuff. I thought I was going to be in trouble for what I said. Honestly, I think if I had a reasonable fan base, I probably would have been shut down a long time ago, but that's the benefit of being a niche podcast and having only roughly 40 million listeners a week is that I'm not popular enough for anyone to really give a shit what I have to say. Fucking right. Well, maybe not Arundel. We could maybe move into like a communal living space and hunt ghosts, but Arundel's kind of far from everything. Actually, I love Arundel. I'll take that back. Arundel, of course, you just doxed me online. Now everyone knows where I live. Fuck, I'm going to have people incessantly at my door begging for autographs. That's not true. Well, Arundel, actually, everyone, I have an apartment in Montreal North, and everyone, when I say that, they're like, oh, Montreal North, oh my God. It is the quietest, most peaceful area I've ever seen in Montreal, unless you go like 4 streets north and then it gets real sketchy. But where I am, it's great. And whereas in Arundel, there's been like nonstop crime this summer, break-ins, armed robberies, and I'm like, Arundel is a sketchy fucking area. I don't know what people are talking about. I was thinking about starting a cult, so you guys could join that. A cult, well, yeah, I guess a cult. I don't know what to call it. My own religion. And I'll, that's basically, I have an old episode about that. I'll play it again and pretend I rewrote it. Oh, it's true. Fair point. That's a fair point. Yeah. Honestly, I think if you look on Google Maps, it's marked as a different town name. It's marked as like an even smaller town beside us. I don't know who they're freaking giving one to, but they got their names on Google Maps and not us. And I have a wonderful story about the police and their amazing services they provide. Because currently I'm involved in a police investigation, and that's not a joke. So I can't talk about it until it's like wrapped up. Nothing bad. Don't worry. I'm being accused of just crushing puss every weekend. By that they mean killing kittens in a small burlap sack. Hey, John Can, you live in fucking Toronto, so why don't you get in your big rig and go block some streets, eh? Hi-oh! Fuck, I made some enemies today. All right. Yeah, so anyway, that police thing, I'm definitely going to share that at some point, but for the time being, I can't say anything. Claude, what's up? How you doing, man? I'll give you a physical wave. What time is it? I think I'm almost done. I only need 8 minutes, really. That's the benefit. Well, 8 minutes when I want them to be 8 minutes. Oh, yeah, we're definitely past 8 minutes. This is going to be a bitch to friggin' edit now. Oh, man, these live episodes, they just have a knack to roll on. All right, well, we're gonna wrap this up, folks. Yeah, about all I got to say. I'm done. I'm going to play with my 3D printer. While everyone's busy fighting about the end of Western civilization, I'm busy printing useless shit I don't need and filling my shelves with it. So that's basically what I've been doing with my time. All right. I love you too, man. I honestly, it's been too long. Some people I've seen, mainly because I helped them move, but I mean, I haven't seen so many people for social reasons in so long. I've been debating doing a weekly live video episode. I find podcasts themselves don't seem to do very well, or maybe it's just my shitty podcast, but I think not having video content, I think people like being able to see like, hey, look at that fat bastard. I can relate with him. Hate you, man. Stop doing these. Right back at you. The feeling's mutual, and fuck, that's why I stay out of Ontario. Honestly, when I have to travel west, I go down to the States and I cut up. I come back through friggin' the far end of Minnesota just to avoid you guys. I don't know my geography. I don't think I can cut through Minnesota. Anyway, screw you, John. That's what I wanted to say. These were 20 minutes, so you better learn how to count too there, buddy. I've done stuff for you to print. Cool. Yeah, all the best, everybody. Have a good weekend. And I say this more so to just like, you know, kind of the acidity base level of my fucking podcast. We're getting a little too acidic, a little too salty. So I tried to throw some more positive messages at the end, but I mean them. Like, honestly, unless someone's being a real asshole, then fucking get aggressive and beat the shit out of them. But I mean, otherwise, try and cut people some slack unless they're a raving lunatic in public giving people shit that are just trying to do the jobs. Otherwise, cut slack. Be a bit nicer to people. And remember, all this craziness that we see online, it only makes it worse when you look at it. So try not to look at it. You know, your phone, the reason we have these devices is to look at pornography whenever we want. So it's not to spew hatred online, okay? So get your priorities straight. And that's about it. Thank you. Listen, like, share, and subscribe. And if you want, spam johncayan.ftb as much as humanly possible. I'm going to dox him today. I have a lot of personal information about him, and it's all going public in about 5 minutes. So take care, guys. All the best, and we'll try to do this semi-regularly. I don't know. I was feeling kind of fat this morning. My jowls were a bit swollen, so I didn't want to record, but I did it anyway, just for you guys. And I want to snort a couple more rails of coke based on my nose. That's not true. I don't do that shit. It's just I don't know why my nose is so fucking red. I don't know what the hell I did. This side looks good. Anyway. Oh! See? The whole goddamn time, I had a light on this thing. So, that's what you get. Mr. Professionalism. Alright, guys, take care. All the best. And that'll be it.